Okay, so before we hop into your session, I'm just going to go over a couple things. I did pull you some oracle cards. We're not going to go over
Yeah.
them in the session, but I will send you pictures and guidebook descriptions afterwards, and that'll be a deep
Okay.
messaging. I
Yeah.
asked each one of your chakras what kind of crystals would help with their healing and their growth. And so I built you a crystal grid. And so I'll send you a picture
Okay.
of that as well. There's
Yeah.
nothing that you have to do with it necessarily. However, it does encapsulate the energy and the messaging that we are in the session. So in the future, if you look
Hmm.
at the picture, it'll give you a reboost. Okay.
That's perfect. I love that.
I will also send you the replay either today or tomorrow, depending on when it gets done processing. Does that sound
Okay.
okay?
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
Awesome. Okay, so for the notes that you have here, you put, working on our spiritual growth, understanding what I'm capable of to support myself and others. Does that sound right?
Yeah, and also that day, I don't know what it was. Later, I watched a video of yours, and it was just, I would say, like, I'd seen a couple of your videos, but it
Uh,
was you said something in one of your videos about a nudge, and that was literally what it was. Like,
okay. Your higher
I
self
was
was
just
like,
like,
hey, we have some information that you need to know.
yeah, there was just like the strong nudge after. I had no idea because I get that sometimes. I'll just feel like doing something, and I even came back to you. I was like, oh, if I come back to it again, like
Mhm.
it means I need to do it. And so I came back to it again. I was like, really? And I was like, do I really need to do this? And I just felt like, I was like, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Yeah, you need to do it. So I don't know. It
Well,
was a
your higher
nudge.
self has some really juicy information for you.
Okay, well,
So,
so it was meant to be. Yeah, I'm glad I listened.
yes, you've got a spiritual gift that is going to come online that you're ready to get into.
Okay,
Okay.
that's amazing. I'm so excited.
Yes. So, why don't you tell me a little bit more about your ascension journey or your energy healing abilities? Are you practicing with other people? Is that something you're wanting to get into? What does that kind of look like right now?
So right now, I'm not practicing with other people so much, but I do feel like I just love healing and I love like helping people in my
Hmm.
own way. I'm a dentist already, but I feel like there's just something about when you're in someone's space and I feel like I can help them. And I just feel
Hmm.
like I do it just naturally without even just being in front of them. I just feel like I'm able to help them in some way, and I want to understand more about it, and want to like, I feel like I want to give more to them, and I just wish I knew how. And I feel like, but I'm already feel like I'm trying. Something in me is trying to help them. I don't
Yes.
know. I don't know how to describe it, but I don't really do a lot with. I don't really do a lot. I've had different phases of my spiritual journey where I've done more things with like crystals or um, just I haven't really gotten to meeting with anyone though yet. I just really want to learn more about my gift and learn
Mhm.
how to share it with others because it's just so beautiful to be able to do that. And I already feel myself helping people. I just want to do more.
I love that.
Yeah.
There is a distortion on your microphone. I'm going
Okay.
to mute you and I'm going to have you unmute and see if that fixes it.
Okay. Does that help at all? If not, I can put you on my phone.
No, that helps. Because I think
Okay.
you're gonna watch the replay later and you're gonna be like, oh dang, what's that noise? You're talking.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
you're good.
fine. All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Okay, that fixed it.
Uh,
Okay, good.
so why did you originally go into dentistry?
Um, again, another like nudge.
Okay.
I had no idea I wanted to do it, and then one day I had a toothache, went to the dentist. I thought I was gonna be a regular physician, and went to the dentist, and then one lady just was like, "No, you should consider this." Looked it up that night, changed my everything that night, and I think it was just to help people. I love helping people. Also, I've always wanted more for myself than what my family had,
Hmm.
and I definitely wanted to be able to live a life of comfortability that I didn't see growing up. So, and at the same time, help people. I wanted to do both.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you are having people in your chair
Hmm.
and you're
Yeah.
wanting to help them on a deeper level, what is generally coming up? Are people talking to you about their life experiences?
They honestly, they do. Like
Okay.
a dental chair is a therapy chair. I'm not gonna lie, but it's
Okay.
just something I feel like I can turn on in myself if I see someone who needs it, or if I
Mhm.
see someone who is particularly angry or upset, or particularly just in a certain kind of mood, or even if they just look sad, I can just turn on it's almost like a light. I feel like it's literally like a light switch that I feel like I can turn on in myself. And it's just like, I feel like I'm beaming it out at them. I don't know how to describe that. Like, I feel like I'm just like, I feel like I'm just a light switch that just like I can turn on extra high power for
Mhm.
them and just like really focus it on them. And I feel like they feel it and they feel like a little more attention, love, and like can help them sometimes. But
Absolutely.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
definitely a vulnerable space to be in as well, like in a chair having
Yeah, it definitely is. It
Yes.
is. But I feel like I'm able to make people feel a little bit more comfortable when they're in that space. And that's one of my favorite things in the world is that you are very vulnerable. I feel like an adult is almost like a child in an adult's chair.
Hmm.
And it's so beautiful to be able to make someone feel comfortable in that space. And it's my favorite thing about it. It really is.
That's
Yeah.
very interesting that you're able to draw that out in others in that space of vulnerability. And so
Yeah.
that's very much indicative of being an energy healer of like, hey, I got you, you're okay.
Yeah.
What do you feel like is the general themes of what you are talking to people about when you are sharing your light like that, helping them? Or
There,
what are they
like
talking to you about the most?
the last time, like last week, there was a girl she was just one of my girls came in. She was like, "Oh, this lady is a bear. Like she's rude, she's mean," and I was just like, "Okay, I got to turn it. Like I got to turn up. I got to turn up when I go in there."
Hmm.
It's just something I tell myself, like, "Okay, I just need to put on my best like self when I go in there," because I recognize that usually comes from a place of pain, and
Hmm.
so when I go into the room the first thing like I just turn it on and she starts talking to me about, oh, she's diagnosed with cancer, it came back again,
Hmm.
and she's just starts talking to me about her cancer and like all this stuff that's going on in her life. And so I just like sit there and listen to her and just try and give her a comforting presence in a place that she can express that for a moment. And then I go about my exam and everything, but I give her
Hmm.
that space she needs to like let that out, and hopefully a safer and healthier outlet than in rudeness to other people or
Yes.
however she's doing it.
Yes. I think that's
Yeah,
beautiful that you see that most of people's discomfort is coming from a place of pain and
yeah,
somebody needing to hold space for them.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
What else comes up in people's conversations?
um I feel like a lot of times it's just like kind of similar things. A lot of it, sometimes it's uncomfortability or past like experiences at the dentist. Sometimes I've had one girl who, it's just a lot of their inner biggest struggles in life or their inner pain.
Hmm.
Like I have one girl whose son passed away when he was, and he's been passed away for 10 years or so, but she brings it up to me whenever she sees me and
Hmm.
always try and make her, like I said, give space for that and let her get it off her chest because I know she probably needs it. And then a lot of times it's similar things like discomfort and just the pain that they have that they're sharing, or any kind of shame sometimes, or like, which is common in the dental, not shame, I guess, common in the dental chair is just like being so scared, their fears. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I just try and put it at ease.
So how do you feel after working with someone in that capacity?
I feel good. I feel really good. I just enjoy it. It's something I really enjoy. I feel like
Hmm.
if I didn't feel good after it, then I wouldn't. I probably, well, of course, I would do it because I like helping people. I just feel a lot of joy and a lot of love, and just feel stronger for having like for reckon for seeing something someone else didn't see in someone, and
Hmm.
for being able to help that person, knowing that like my girls just see something different in someone, and I see like the pain, and I see what I can help them with. And I feel really good and special about that. Like that I can help someone. I feel good about it.
Okay, good. Sometimes when we are, and I'm gonna redo your microphone here really quick, okay?
Okay. Is it still
Okay.
messing up? I can switch to my
It
phone.
literally just started. It was fine, and then it just started.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay. So oftentimes when we are doing that type of work, we can walk away feeling kind of heavy and drained,
Mhm.
depending on how efficient our energetic boundaries are. And so I
Yeah, that's
wanted to
true.
ask, how are we doing in those realms? Are we holding good boundaries? Are we doing clearing and grounding? How are we feeling when we get how are we feeling when we get home?
I need to do more of that. I'm very guilty of not doing very good, like clearing, and I sense it sometimes of myself, and I'm just like, wow, you probably need to do that more.
Mhm.
Um, I definitely need to work on that because I do feel like I don't know. I've lately even I feel very drained and very um, just like I feel like lately I've been feeling like I'm entering in a period of my life I'm really excited about, but I just have no energy for. And it just,
Mhm.
so I think that I have to get better at clearing and grounding and setting
Yeah.
some boundaries.
Yes, because the gift that I'm going to tell you about is a lot deeper work
Yeah.
that you will be doing with other people if you choose to do that. And we have to
Yeah.
have even better energetic clearing
Yeah.
processes, okay, in order to get
Okay.
into that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So what does it look like when you clock out of work and go
Okay.
home? Are you taking people's stuff home with you and consistently thinking about them and you have those channel lines open, or what's going on
Mm,
there?
I usually I usually leave it behind. I feel like I don't feel like I take my patient stuff home with me
Mm-hmm.
generally. I feel like I can leave it where I left it. Like I can help them and I can walk out of the room and I can leave it where I found it. I don't have to think about, oh, they're paying later. I don't have to think about, all I think about is the fact that I know I helped them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if that makes sense. I don't like, if that's what you're asking, I don't
Yeah, we're
like think
not
about,
ruminating over.
no, I'm not
Okay.
thinking about, oh my gosh, their life is so terrible. Like, oh, I feel so bad. No, I usually like, and I've had my own experiences in life that make me feel that I'm just trying to pass on. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
the learning of like you can't let it go and just and life keeps moving and flowing and it's okay. Things happen the way they're meant to. But I when I get home from work, I go after work. I just recently started this, but for the last 7 weeks, I work out. Like I go work out
Oh,
after
that's good.
work.
Okay.
Yeah. So I work out for an hour and a half, and then I come home. But then I'm just drained.
Okay.
And then I kind of just sit on the couch. I'll either read a little bit or I'll watch TV for a bit, go to bed. Like, that tends to be my routine.
Got it. Okay. Are
Yeah.
you working Monday through Friday?
Monday through Thursday.
Monday through Thursday. Okay, so we have
Mhm.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday to
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have kids?
No, not yet.
Okay. So what are we doing on the days that are not dentistry?
Not
So,
dentistry. Every 2 weeks, I get a massage. I go to the
okay.
chiropractor. I get my nails done. Like I try and have a little bit of space for me and
Hmm.
just kind of given myself some grace and some because I've earned that over the years. I definitely have earned giving myself some love back. So I sit there and do. Usually Friday is my day. I'll go do some stuff for me. Like like I said, I'll get the massage. I'll go do a little shopping. I'll get my nails done if I want, and then I'll go home. Usually on the weekends, I'm reading. Um, I like to read a lot, so I'll sit there and read. Um, but or do home like pick up at the house and stuff. Like Sunday is my cleanup day. Saturday is my day for like me and my husband if we go on a date or go hang out with friends. And yeah, and then I read if I have free time.
Okay, you sound very balanced.
Yeah, I try to be. I try to
Yes,
be.
it sounds like that to me. You're doing a very good job. Okay. So one before I bring up something else, your higher self wants me to ask you, why do you feel like you have to earn giving yourself love? Because that's a phrase that you used just a second ago.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
What I have to earn giving myself love, like what I have to do to give myself love. I feel
Yeah.
like I shouldn't. I feel like I don't have to do anything. I recognize that like I need like I'm deserving of love at all times. Like that
Mhm.
is something like I try. It's hard. It's one thing to say that to yourself. It's another thing to give it to yourself
Yes.
at any point. It's I was say I can easily say that I know that that is the truth.
Hmm.
Um, but what I feel like I have to help other people probably. Yeah. I feel like
Okay.
if I'm being honest, I have to like give back to love. Yeah. To give love to
Mm.
myself. But I know that's not the truth. Yeah.
It's also okay to cry. Okay,
Yeah.
that means we're moving. It means we're moving
I know,
energy.
it made me
Okay,
emotional.
you can get a
I think
tissue if you need. It's okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Use my pen like this. I don't have a tissue.
I think that part of that is the fear of scarcity because of
Oh
how you
yeah.
grew
Oh
up.
yeah.
I can hear your
Yeah.
inner children are very afraid of reverting back and going back to. And so we always need to be on our P's and Q's in order for our survival.
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah, absolutely. I 100% feel that. I'm like entering an era of like hopefully stepping away from that, but that fear still lingers. And it's one that I've been fighting for like, and one that the last 3 years I've been learning from. It's like one of my biggest lessons lately is to trust the universe and just trust that it'll, like, money is everywhere, it'll come to me. And I think that, like, it's one belief that I have been strongly trying to bring about in myself. And I've done a decent job. I'm way better than I used to be, but it's still there. It's still there. Yeah, I definitely know it's still there. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm going to fix your microphone again. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So are we in a good place now financially with where you've gotten yourself in your career?
So right now I'm doing a remodel. So yes and no. Good enough to do a remodel.
That's
Scary
amazing.
enough. Like,
Congratulations. That's
yes,
exciting.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I'm excited. I'm
Yes.
remodeling I bought a practice 3 years ago.
Oh, look at
And
that's great. Okay.
yes, so I have my own space that I can do whatever I want with, that I could, grow and help people the way I want, because
Oh,
that's
that's
really
lovely.
big.
Yes.
Yes, 'cause like I said, I have a particular way of like doing my practice, and I don't like anyone else telling me how I should be doing it. And because I know that I have a way to help people. I don't want anyone telling me, oh, I need to be seeing more
Mhm.
patients. So
Yeah.
I like having my own practice. I've had it for 3 years. I finally got it to a place where we can do a remodel,
Mhm.
and I'm so excited because then it's going to look like me.
Oh, I
And
love that. Okay.
I know it's going to be bright and colorful, and I'm so excited. Um,
Your own energy healing practice. You got to.
yeah, no, for real. Like, people think I'm insane, but I have like hot pink dental chairs. I don't care. Like, I was like, that's me.
I'm
I'm
sure the
gonna have
people that work for you are or work with
yes,
you are
yeah.
very blessed and
Oh,
very joyful that they do.
yes. Oh, they
Yeah.
love me. They're very protective of me. I have so many great girls. I really
Mhm.
do. They, I could always do more for them, but I love them so much. They're incredible. But yes, I'm doing a remodel, which is good, but also scary because now I'm going to have this new large bill that I'm going to have to, um, you know, handle. But at the same time, I can always take that away from myself. I always know that if I ever need to make a payment, I can always take it from my own salary. It just like that's again the scarcity, like that's scary to have happen. Because we bought a new house 6 months ago because we've lived in the same home for like the last 8 years, and so we have a new house. I have new bills, big girl bills, and it's scary. Like I kept myself very minimal bills for so long. Um, Up until 6 months ago, I bought my first big girl house. Now I'm doing a big girl remodel. So it's at the time where I think that's where the fear comes in a little bit, is that I just changed a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to send you this. It's almost like a TED talk, but not a TED talk, but it's about
Yeah.
changing your financial mindset.
Yeah.
Very beneficial and very activating. I think you're going to absolutely love it and it'll help you
Yeah.
through this like transitional period.
Yeah.
So, when we come from scarcity and lack in our past, that's something that
Mhm.
sometimes we carry with us for a very long time. Doesn't matter what
Yeah.
circumstances become later on, right? So,
Yeah.
how are we doing at doing that kind of self-talk with our inner children of, girl, look how incredibly successful we are and all of these big
Yes.
boss moves that we're making and
Yes.
all of these things and how our
Yes.
reality is so different and look how happy our employees are and our clients.
Yeah.
We get to thrive in our own reality over here.
Yes. It's
Yes.
so incredible. And I do that. I have done it with different aspects, I feel like,
Mhm.
of my life, but I don't think I've done it in that I've done that. I don't think I've done it in that way so much. I've done it with different, like, there's different things in my, that I've talked to my inner children about, but I guess I really haven't talked to them about scarcity so much. Or like, just how I definitely always am looking at the next thing and I forget how far I've come. And that's one
Sounds
thing
like
I
you come
keep,
incredibly far.
yeah. Well, that's
Okay.
one thing I keep telling myself. I'm like, oh,
Yes.
you need to. I keep telling myself that I need to sit down and just appreciate how far I've come. And it's so hard because you say that, but then the minute in that moment you're busy, and then you forget about it later. And I definitely need to take more time for that
You need to
because
be taking a breath.
I've done amazing.
We need to be taking a breath when we
Yeah,
start to get panicky and catastrophizing and, the
yeah,
negative what ifs. And really, it only takes 2 or 3 minutes to really reset and reframe. When you are getting into overstimulation lands like that, your inner children
hmm,
are scared
yeah.
and
Okay,
they're thinking of the old paradigms that you used to live in,
yeah,
trying to protect you by saying, like, hey, we don't want to go back there. Okay.
yeah,
What you need to say is, girl, how would we ever?
yeah.
There's no
There's
way
no
that we could
way.
ever do that because we're a
Yeah,
completely different person. We have new tools and
yeah,
skills and abilities. Even if this
yeah.
dentistry thing doesn't work out over here, I'll do something else.
Yeah,
Okay.
always. I don't know. I'm talented. I got
Yeah.
this.
And here is the evidence, X,
Yeah,
Y, Z, of
yeah,
why we're so successful and brilliant and all these things. But you really have to separate yourself from your inner children in that moment and say, listen,
yes,
okay, and be that mom figure to them
yeah,
and hype them up. You don't have to talk about the scarcity. We don't have to keep them in
yeah,
those old paradigms. We can say we are successful now and we will always be
yeah,
successful. And here's the
yeah,
evidence.
yeah. Oh, that makes me feel good. I can't wait.
Yes. But we really do need to be making time to do that during
Yeah,
the day, even if it's 1 or 2 times for 2 or 3 minutes, whenever you start to feel the
yeah,
agitation coming on,
yes.
okay?
No, it's
And say, hey,
there.
hey, hey. Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
Okay, I can do that. I have, like I said, a lot of these. I have a lot of those moments just because I don't know. I feel like I have so many more big girl stuff like going on in my life that I never used to have before. So yes, I
Well,
got to
you
make.
also you also take care of a lot of people, and that's a big responsibility.
Yes.
Not just your employees, but the clientele
Yeah.
that come in, right? And so
Yeah.
you help a lot of people in their financial departments and their families, like all your employees and things of that nature. So that's
Yes.
lots of weight to carry around. And what I would assume is you are constantly in your brain, in your mind,
Yeah.
making plans, making schemes, making
Yes. Always. I always have something going on in there.
something cooking. Okay.
Yes,
Right.
there's always something in this mind.
Yes. And we love that. However,
Yeah.
when we're doing that, a lot of times we are, because it's a human physiology thing, we
Hmm.
are looking at worst case scenarios to prepare.
Hmm.
What if this happens and this happens and this happens and this happens? Okay. So we really got to be
Yeah.
more mindful of catching those thoughts and not
Yeah.
allowing them to get to that place.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to fix my camera here
Yeah, you're good.
and I'm going to fix your microphone again. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So let's talk about what I found in your energy.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to, before we get into that, do you want to potentially ever be giving people energy healing sessions outside of dentistry?
I think that I would probably, I don't know. I think I definitely love doing it in dentistry. I would have to see, I would have to like develop it further to see how well I would do outside. I
Mhm.
don't know. I've never thought about it. I've honestly never thought about it. Maybe I could,
Mhm.
um, but I don't know for sure.
Even if you don't go that route,
Yeah.
which we never know what's going to happen in life, right? But
Yeah,
even if you don't go
exactly.
down that, even if you
Exactly.
don't go
Don't
down
know.
that route, okay, this gift is going to help you with your current clientele. Maybe we don't go as deep as I'm
Deep.
about to tell you, but
Yeah. No.
okay. And this can
Okay.
be a gift for self. This can be a gift
Yeah.
for friends and family members. It doesn't always have to be, oh, I'm a professional. I mean, you are a professional energy, but outside of the dentistry school. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I went into your field, I saw a mountain goat and it was on
Okay.
a mountain. And I was like, "Oh, what are you doing here, silly Billy?" Okay. And he asked me to follow him. And mountain goats specifically are representative of traversing life's growth moments. I don't like to call them challenges. Okay. Growth moments
Yeah.
with an
Yeah.
even keel.
Okay.
Even though sometimes you probably feel like you're hot mess express. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
In a cumulative viewpoint of your life,
Yeah.
you handle situations with grace.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I started walking behind him, and he showed me this cave, and I was like, "Do you want me to go in here?" And he was like,
Yeah.
so I went in, and all of the walls were lined with amethyst. It was really beautiful.
Oh.
And as I walked deeper in, I couldn't see. So I turned, like, snapped my fingers and turned the lights on. And all of a sudden I
Yeah.
saw this goblin in
Okay.
your field. Okay. And goblins are kind of akin to Fae, almost like a cousin to them. So there's some type of connection that you have to that dimensional space in your Akasha field. I didn't go super deep into that because there was other things that your higher self wanted me to see, but there was a reason he's coming forward. So you might want to
Okay.
explore that in the future. Okay.
Okay. Awesome.
So he asked me to come and sit by this fire.
Yeah.
And when I was sitting by it, I said, "Oh, is she supposed to help people on vision quests?" Because that's what the goat on the mountain was representative of, and sitting in front of the fire. So
Okay.
vision
Yeah.
quests are often depicted in indigenous cultures.
Yeah.
This is where people are going on internal journeys to help them uncover hidden facets of
Yeah.
themselves. This
Hmm.
can look like soul retrievals, helping them find their spirit animals or learning from their ancestors.
Yeah.
So I said, "Okay, well, how is she supposed to be helping? Because you can do it
Yeah.
in multitudes of ways." And the goblin put some herbs in my hand and put my hands in the fire. And I said, "Okay."
Okay.
So after that, what I heard was you were supposed to help people learn about their generational history
Okay.
and help them do karmic clear out.
Hmm.
It is a type of soul retrieval. So the type of soul retrievals that I typically do are working with people's inner children, where I help
Yeah.
them release trauma and PTSD from the past, or I will help people's different incarnations release PTSD and trauma from their different timelines. For you, you have the ability to look back at a specific ancestral line in this incarnation in order to help people release, various things that have happened in their family
Yeah.
histories. And I
Okay.
think you probably already kind of see that coming through in your
Yeah.
this. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I might.
Yes.
I
Okay.
definitely, yeah, I think I might see that a little bit. Oh gosh, okay. Yeah, especially with I feel like I try and do it to my husband a lot. I don't know,
Mm.
like you said that, and I instantly felt like I just like always try that with him. I always try and take him down that path, and he doesn't exactly, but he's not exactly willing. So
Okay.
it's just interesting that I like. It's just very interesting you say that because I feel like that's similar to what I try and do for him, anyways. I know that. Which is why.
Sometimes with our partners or our children or
Hmm.
people that are close to us, they have biases with us and they're like, "Oh, it's
Yeah,
just you."
I know. Yeah, they're like, no, no, I
Right.
don't. But they're like, no, you did no. But yes, I understand now that you're saying that because yes, I do that with him. I feel like I try and do that with him, and I feel like, oh, that's weird. That's strange. I had never thought about that as something I do, but I guess I did. I definitely do it with him, for sure. That's so crazy.
After today, you're
Yeah.
going to see more of that start popping up in your fields, either with him or family members or friends or with clients that come into your office.
Hmm.
It's going to start presenting itself more now that you're
Okay.
consciously aware of it. Now,
Yeah.
do you have to do work like that? No.
Yeah.
Just because you can do something doesn't mean you have to. So bear that in mind as well. Okay. So you figure
Yeah.
it out with however you feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I asked if there were any versions of you in your ancestral line that needed support and help, or anything that I needed to see. So this is going to be a little bit heavy when I tell you about this, but it's going to help you develop this gift a little bit more if you want to clear this up in your timeline. Okay.
Yeah.
So there was a person that was being hanged
Mm-hmm.
in your ancestral line. His name was Thomas.
Okay.
And when I was standing there looking at him, I was actually talking to his energy body, and we were looking at his physical body that was hanged up there. And I said, "Hey, what happened?" And when I turned around,
Mm-hmm.
I saw his wife and his children, and they were grieving him. Okay.
Yeah.
He said that he was wrongly accused of a crime of killing someone, and he did not do it. And his family knew that he didn't do it,
Mm-hmm.
but it happened irregardless. And I said, "Okay, what kind of healing do you need?" And he
Yeah.
said that he would like burial rites. So
Okay.
this is where his body is given a proper funeral and given back to Mother Gaia, because
Okay.
his family was not able to have his body back after that happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And his wife and children are holding a lot of grief because they know that he was wrongly accused. And they
Yeah.
were able to get like peace and solace, and they had to kind of just move on with their life, right? And
Yeah.
so some things that have been passed down in your generational line because of that are fear of persecution,
Okay.
fear of law enforcement,
Okay.
and always being on your P's and Q's and hyper vigilant of the way that you present yourself and the way that you behave in front of other people.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Okay. What comes up when I say that?
I definitely feel like I can be hyper vigilant. Um, I have a fear of persecution. I think I've worked a little bit more through that than I'm still working through it. But I used to be such a person who could not do anything wrong. Definitely, 150%. Um, the fear of law enforcement, I haven't had much encounter with them. So
Okay.
I'm lucky in that area. I guess
Yes.
if it ever happens, I'll really figure it out.
And that could also be authority figures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I could see that too. Like I could see I had a lot of fear of my dad for sure, and I feel like I worked through that a little bit. I went through like a past life regression just for that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really interesting and very, very interesting as well. But definitely, I definitely feel like I have a fear of persecution. I've tried, and I feel like I've done a decent job of working through it because now that I'm an adult, I feel like I'm much more comfortable to be my own person and just to let that person shine through. I'm trying to give permission for that person to shine through more. But when I was younger, I was I felt like I had to do everything perfectly. Everything. Everything. But yeah, and hypervigilant, I feel like I still am. I still am looking over. Um, I still look around. I just am hypervigilant. I guess that's the perfect word to describe it. I just always am. I don't know how to change that more. So I'm just like I try and give myself permission. Like you're safe. All the doors locked. Everything's okay. But you still have that underlying somehow fear still stuck in you. That's hard to let go of. But I try and tell myself, rationalize with myself, you're good. There's no reason for this. Yeah. But
So when you go into meditation, because this is gonna determine how you can help Thomas here. When you go into meditation,
okay.
are you able to see and hear things? If you're doing inner child work, are you able to see or hear them, or what does that look like when you're doing any type of inner work or shadow work?
If I feel like if I'm going inside myself, I feel like I can, um, it's hard. I feel like I can see them. I feel like I can see them.
That's good. Okay.
It's vague, but I feel like I can, it's more of less of a seeing, more of a knowing where everything is and understanding how they are.
Yes.
I feel like it's more of a knowing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like claircognizant. Your strongest are probably claircognizant and clairsentience, or for your abilities.
Yeah. I feel like that's what I have, more of a knowing, more so. And sometimes maybe hearing, but less than the knowing. The knowing is the strongest. Like I just feel like I know they're there. I know what's going on with them. I understand, and I feel like I hear it. I feel like I hear them sometimes, but less like more like I said, the knowing. And I feel like I've seen before as well, but it's very vague. Like I said, it's not as like clear as I feel like a picture would be.
Mhm.
If that, yeah.
It does. You can also hear through your claircognizant abilities. It's not always like an auditory, but
Yeah.
it's like a hearing that's coming through from a feeling.
Yes. Okay. I was gonna say that. I didn't know how to
Yes.
describe that. I went to like when I went to my past life session, I was like, I feel like I hear them. She's like, I think you. She was actually she's like, I think you know that you hear it.
Mhm.
It was weird. She's like, I think that's how you work, and I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, that's more of I feel like I understand that more. Yeah, it's more of a knowing than hearing.
I don't see any pictures in my mind.
Mhm.
I feel images instead. So it sounds
Yes.
like you're doing that as well.
Yes. Okay. That makes more sense. Yes. That's how I would describe it. I'm feeling it. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you. I'm glad
Uh,
that's normal.
I'm so sorry. I'm going to fix your microphone again. Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. I accidentally hit it again. Okay, there we go.
Okay. We're good.
Okay. So what we can do with Thomas, or what you can do with Thomas, is since you're able to perceive things that well,
Yeah.
he is from colonial time, so if that helps you with envisioning and imagining. So if
Yeah.
you want to go in and hold a burial rite ceremony for him
Okay.
and invite his family to come
Yeah.
for that, it would be very healing for all of them. It's a type
Okay.
of timeline healing that you would be doing. And that is
Yeah.
going to help release a lot of that hypervigilance and fear of persecution and law enforcement or authority figures.
Yeah.
You will be
Absolutely.
able to actually feel that trauma come up out of your body, which is going to make it
Hmm.
easier for you when you're doing work on this plane for your own things, because now we know what that
Hmm.
actually feels like coming up and out of our body.
I've had that once. Like I said, with that past life regression, I felt it was unreal. The feeling of it,
Mhm.
like out, is just unreal. It's wild. It's a wild feeling. But that makes me feel so beautiful. Like I'm just so happy that I can help that person because that's so unfair and they deserve
Yes.
that.
Yes.
So
And I was
beautiful.
going to say, if you have any trouble with that, or even if it's not
Hmm.
something that you want to do, because you don't have to, okay, I will hold the burial rites for Thomas, but your higher
Yeah.
self wanted me to present that to you for you to be able to do if you want to do.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'd love to try it. I mean, I don't, I'm not very good at it, so I don't know if I'll be as
Well,
good
you don't
as
know
you
that you're
were.
not good at it. You probably
Yeah.
haven't done that before. You might be
I know I haven't
fantastic
done
at
it
it.
before.
Okay. So, and it doesn't have to be something that is done in a specific way. You overthinking it is not what we want to do. We want to go and
No.
say, "Hey,
Just go.
Thomas, I'm aware of you and what happened to you and your family. I would love to hold a ceremony for you and
Yeah.
return you back to Mother Gaia and bring some peace to you and your family. And they're welcome to come as well and watch, and y'all can connect with one another on the etheric planes. And
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be an hour, it can be 5 or 10 minutes. Okay. It's
Yeah.
holding the sacred space
Yeah.
for that experience to happen.
Yeah. I love that. That's so
Yes.
beautiful.
Okay.
That's so sweet. I'm excited.
Keep me
Can't wait
updated
to.
and let me know how it goes.
Yes.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Okay.
I hope it goes good. Okay.
So some things that so that is one example of something that you could help somebody with in their generational lineages, right?
Yeah.
Some other things, if you want to be a little bit more positive, okay? Because
Yeah.
I help people with their inner children release PTSD and trauma, and that makes me so happy. That brings me so much joy to liberate them. But for other people,
Yeah.
they don't want to do that because it's very heavy and dense, and that's
Yeah.
fine. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you want to help people with the heavier things in their life, which it sounds like you do, you already do that, and that makes you happy, love that. If you
Yeah.
want to stay on the lighter side of things, that's okay too. There's nobody judging you.
Yeah.
Okay. What your higher self wanted to share with you, what you can also do is take people into a vision quest or a soul retrieval and have their energy body meet with a healer version of themselves back in their ancestral lines, whether that is a priestess, a shaman, a any type of energy healer that you can think of, so that they can meet them and be activated and learn from them.
Wow. Okay. I love
Yes.
that. That's so weird because whenever I get a massage, every time I get a massage, I feel like I have to give back to that person, even though they're giving to me. And one way I do it is I ask for them to have healing from touching me and like
Mm-hmm.
giving me that healing as well. I ask for them to like receive healing in some way. And like,
Mm-hmm.
it just resonates on that. Like I'm trying to bring them to a place of healing. I don't know. I always try and give that back, but that's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I know what you mean. I went to go get a massage, and the lady that massages me is an
Mhm.
energy healer, whether she's aware of it or not. And when she was
Yeah.
massaging me, I was like, I hope you were blessed.
Yeah, I
Right.
know. I give it back. Like
Like
I
sending
try.
me
I'm like,
blessings.
you're helping me right now. Let me give
Yes,
it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so some things that we can do to develop this gift is
Mhm.
learning about theta brainwave states.
Okay.
That is the consciousness level that you need to be at in order to do vision quests and soul retrievals intentionally with other people, if that's something you choose to do in the future. Okay. If you
Okay.
want to go on a
Yeah.
really intensive experience with somebody, do you
Yes.
need to do that in the dentistry chair? No.
No. No.
Okay. That's
That's
not the
outside
time
of
and
that.
place
Yeah.
for that.
That's not. That's not
And
at the dental
outside of
chair.
that. Okay. But theta brainwave states. Do you
Yeah.
know who
Okay.
Dr. Joe Dispenza is?
Yeah.
Okay. He has a book and it's called Becoming Supernatural.
Yeah.
And that's where I learned about theta brainwave states and how to reach that plane if you
Okay.
want to learn that way. But honestly, there's a million YouTube videos that you can watch on it.
Okay. That's perfect. I just bought that book last week.
There you go. Okay. And this is going to be beneficial for you too, because there's probably a lot of things in your generational and ancestral lineages that you
Mhm.
either need to learn about or to help heal. So you
Yeah.
need to learn this for your own persona as well.
Absolutely.
Learning about shamanic journey,
Okay.
about vision quests, doing some research in indigenous cultures or Mayan, Aztec cultures. You know, there's a lot of different societies that have utilized vision quests.
Yeah. Is it
Okay.
like a so is this like a vision quest just like without I'm thinking of like vision quest as like a substance induced vision quest. Is this
I
like
do vision
vision quest
quests.
without that?
Yeah, I do vision quests all the time that don't have
Okay.
plant medicine.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
that's one way
That's
to
like
do
just
it.
what my mind associates it with. And so I'm just like, oh, okay, like hold on. I was like, am I doing it without that? Like I just
Yes.
do it naturally for people. That's cool. Okay, that's amazing.
That's one way to do it, and you're going to have a completely different experience if you utilize plant medicine. And some people work better with that, and some people need the assistance for that. But because you have this template, you don't need that in order to do a vision quest with somebody.
Okay, that's
Some
so
people's
cool.
consciousness is not open enough
Mm-hmm.
or to be able to do this type of work on their own, and that's where plant medicine comes in. I've done plant medicine in the past, and it definitely helped me be able to open up these
Yeah.
things, but you don't have to. You have the template already.
Okay, that's amazing.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, that helped. Thank you for clearing that up.
Absolutely. Learning about soul retrievals.
Okay.
Okay. I will send you resources that you can start with.
Yay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That
We
helps.
have a chakra that is in between our heart and our throat chakra. It's called the high heart chakra. And this is
Okay.
where generational and ancestral trauma is held. And that's where you heal it. It's a turquoise color. That would be a really beneficial chakra for you to start researching and for you to start working with.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Figuring out what exactly you want to help other people with their generational and ancestral trauma, because there's a million billion things that you could help with.
Okay.
What's going to bring you joy and happiness.
Okay. I
Yes.
can't. This is exciting.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
I love it.
Do you ever listen to light language?
No, well, actually, on my TikTok, I occasionally get like light language scroll through, and I'll sit and listen to it, or like I'll sit and watch it. But that was like, I've gotten it less lately. I got it like a couple months ago a lot, and I was
Mhm.
really into watching it a couple months ago, but I haven't done it lately. No.
Okay. I'm going to send you some light language videos on ancestral trauma healing. If you want to listen to them, great. If they don't resonate in your body, don't listen to them. It's not for everybody.
Okay.
It's just another option.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
There are also Reiki practitioners on YouTube
Yes.
that specialize in ancestral generational trauma healing. That might be more your vibe, or maybe both of them, but they're both good resources for that.
Yeah, I love it. Okay.
Finding, excuse me, finding some spirit animals that also help with that type of healing would be really beneficial. And your higher self said, these are options.
Okay.
The bear, the
Bear.
jaguar, or the panther. Jaguar and panther are like two different versions of one another. Or
Okay.
the snake.
Snake. Okay.
Yes. So finding some meditations with those would be beneficial as well. And you can find those on YouTube. Just type in bear, spirit animal meditation, or
Okay.
panther, jaguar meditation, snake meditation.
Okay.
Okay, so this is also a form of mediumship.
Okay.
Okay, so can you help with things in people's ancestral generational lineages back here? Sure. But you can also, if you want to apply this gift and help people talk to their mom that's passed on the other side,
Yeah.
or their sister or their brother or their cousin, aunt, uncle, whomever that is, that would
Yeah.
be easier for you to do because you're not having to dig as far back in their Akashic records.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say I actually had what was it? I had one of my last readings I did like a year ago. I remember they told me to talk to my Native American guide, and because he was going to help me with my mediumship. And at the time I was like, oh, okay. And he even gave me a name during my past life regression. And I remember it was just like a small moment in my past life regression.
Mhm.
So like it wasn't like the main focus of it, but I just remember seeing him when I went over, and like he gave me, and I had his name, and I was like, okay, I need to go home. I need to work with you and learn more. But that's so beautiful that you like that reminded me of that, because I need to do a meditation with him. That'll be perfect.
Absolutely. That also makes sense why you had specifically vision quests come forward, because vision quests typically for indigenous cultures, or if somebody has that type of lineage within them, right?
Yeah.
Because oftentimes I'll tell people, hey, you have the gift of soul retrieval, but not always vision quests.
Yeah. Okay.
So
okay.
that
makes sense. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I gotta
Okay.
do that.
So one of the things that your higher self said would be beneficial with mediumship is working on your clairtangency abilities. This is picking up psychic information with holding things in your hand. So if you ever want to do a session with somebody and they want to talk to their grandmother and you're holding her necklace or some type of possession, it might be a little bit easier for you to read. If you get to a point where you are ever offering sessions on Zoom, like we are doing right now, if somebody shows you a object or a possession, you don't have to hold it in your hands physically. You can hold it etherically in your hands and your mind. That's also clear.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
I love that. That's really neat. I love that. Okay.
Okay, so this is the last bit here. When I went to a different section of your field, I saw a dinosaur bone, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." And I went to go pick it up, and it was actually a saber-tooth claw that I was holding, and I was like, "What is this?" And your higher self said that not only can you help individuals clear their trauma, okay, you can do it for the collective as well. That was supposed to be represented by that saber-tooth claw. So this would look like you astral traveling. That's an internal experience. You don't have to astral travel outside of yourself unless you want to. Okay. But you would be astral traveling to different times back in the past in order to do energy healing in those different timelines to help us have a different existence currently and in the future.
Okay. I was gonna say I don't know how, I just know I do it sometimes, or I don't know exactly much about it. I would love a resource on that if you have a good book or anything like that, because I definitely feel myself go places sometimes in my mind, and I have in my dreams and stuff, and it's just the funnest, coolest adventures, and I love it so much. So I'd love to know more about that too, because that's fun.
Where do you want to go?
Um, this is the weirdest thing. There's one place that I just loved so much when
Mhm.
I and um, it's so weird. Why is it making me emotional? I have no idea why. I have no idea why it's making me emotional. I'm just trying to figure out why. But I had a dream. I went to this place, and it was like there were so many species. It was insane. I just like went to
Cool.
this hub, and I remember I was just getting walked through, and I remember peeking into a room of all these beings, like of all these different beings, and it was like each room had a different species or like a different like intergalactic, like I don't know how to describe it, like different kind of person, or and they were so far out there, like nothing I ever could imagine. Not like
Yeah.
the gray people you see. Like no, it was
Yeah.
like 150% different. And I just remember loving it. I remember walking through each room and just feeling, or like glancing into each room and feeling like, oh, this is such a beautiful place. Like I felt like it was so gorgeous because they all were there, and it just felt
Mhm.
so intercollective. Like I don't know how to describe it. It was just like it's just nice to see so much like diversity, and it was just so beautiful that it was all in one place, and I got to experience it, and I got to walk through and just see all these different things, and I was like, oh, this is a gorgeous place. I was like, I love this, but I don't know, random.
No, that's not random. I think that's beautiful.
Yeah,
I also think that if you want to, one, learning how to reach theta brainwave states while you're
yeah,
consciously awake
yeah,
is
that'll help.
very beneficial. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
It
absolutely.
helps you traverse through the ethers a lot easier,
Yeah,
and be more intentional with where you're traveling to. I think
yeah,
something that would be really beautiful for you to do, or what your higher self was saying, is let's set an intention to travel back to that place.
hmm,
And what she is suggesting is that you harness is not the right word. Hold on. That we collect some of the energy that is from that place, imbue it into our own energy field to project that in this time and space.
yeah,
Because, there's a lot of separateness that we are
yeah,
experiencing right now, and that's causing a
yeah,
lot of the wars and
yeah,
all the things. So if you can be a proponent of, one, being okay with things being different, but at the same time
yeah,
having unity with one another, you
yeah,
can actually bring energy from that space and project it
yeah,
here in this incarnation.
yeah. That's beautiful. I love that. That's special. Yeah.
If you were going to travel back in time in
Hmm.
history to help a certain timeline period, where would you want to go?
Oh gosh. Okay. Okay. I have so many. I'm a traveler. I have so many places I want to go.
Mhm.
But I love. My mind keeps going back. I need to stop, but my mind keeps going back to my past life experience, and just that time was so.
That's okay. You get that. It can be that time if you want it to be.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was Viking era. That was very much Viking era. But then there's also like there's like a 1900s time that calls to me for some reason. There's something in the 1900s, and I just feel like I've tried to have a dream. There's something in that time as well that feels like that I need to go to. And then obviously, I love anything ancient. Like ancient Egypt is a really big time that I feel like I would love to go to and just experience. But anyways, I don't know. Like there's a lot I could go to.
Okay, so what's going to be beneficial to help us astral travel there is,
Hmm.
one, being open-minded with what's supposed to
Yes.
happen is supposed to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's say that we're going to travel back to the Viking time. Okay. So
Yeah.
looking at pictures before you go to astral travel, like getting on Pinterest,
Yeah.
a Viking meditation or listening to Viking music right before you go is going to help it make it more tangible and
Yeah.
create these like anchor points, thinking
Yeah.
about what type of environment that they live in, what did they have around them, right? As
Yeah.
far as like maybe a Viking ship, or the type of houses that they lived in. Okay.
Yeah.
And then when we go into meditation, is saying, I am here to be of service and to help with healing
Okay.
Please show me what I need to see. And you can ask a guardian from that space to
Okay.
come and meet you to help you with the journey. So it'll be
Okay.
not your spirit guide, but it will be somebody who is a guardian of that timeline to come and meet you.
Yeah. Okay. That's beautiful. That's amazing. That's incredible. I'm gonna have to try that because I don't know. That's just wild. My past life regression had such a huge hold on me, or just like a huge experience that really opened me up to a lot of this stuff and made me more into like the spiritual and into all these gifts and things. And I love it. I'm just so excited to start a new journey with it. It's really exciting.
This
Yay.
is some okay, let me see how your higher self wants me to word it. So you are very much an advanced healer, even if you don't see yourself in that lens.
Yeah.
These are some very expansatory gifts.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you're so consciously aware that this is what you're doing with your clients that come into your office, and that you're really trying to set up a intentional space that's not just for dentistry, but just healing
Yeah.
for your
Yeah.
employees, for the clients, for yourself.
Yeah.
So you have a lot more understandings than I think that you're consciously aware of.
Yeah. That
Okay.
makes me feel good. Yeah.
Yes. And so we need to include that in that successful talk when we're talking to
Yes.
our inner children, because 3D success is beautiful and we love that.
Yeah.
Okay. And we love our success, but success with your magic and your multidimensionality is just as important as well.
Absolutely. Yay.
Yes. Okay. You're like, girls, look how magical we are. Okay.
I know.
And
We're
what we can
awesome.
do. Okay. We can time travel. Okay.
Yes. I can't wait. I love
Yes.
it. I love it so much.
Yes.
It's
Okay. Any
incredible.
questions about the things that we were talking about?
No, I can't wait. Send me some resources. Like I
Yes, I will
just
send
can't
you all
wait
the
to
resources.
deep dive into this. Like this is exciting. I felt kind of stagnant on my spiritual journey for a minute. And also because I just like I have a lot of stuff going on at work and like but I just feel like I want to get back into it. I'm ready.
Mhm.
I enjoy it so much. And so I'm so excited that now I have like a whole list of stuff that I can start working on. It's so exciting.
Absolutely. I think that you spend a lot of time getting your 3D secure and set,
Yeah.
and now it's like, okay, well, now I want to go do all this woo-woo stuff over here.
Yes. No, I love it.
Yes. What was your biggest takeaway today?
I think my biggest takeaway is just that, there are times that I feel, like I said, I'm so wrapped up in the 3D. And
Mhm.
there are times that I know, like I said, I set such an intentional space and I do it naturally. I do it very naturally. I feel like, especially when I compare myself to like some of my girls and how they just don't pick up on the things that I do.
Mhm.
And so I think my biggest takeaway is just that, that I am not that I never ever think I'm imagining things, but just that I am very much like I know this about myself, but it's also reaffirming. It's
Yes.
reaffirming me in a lot of ways, and it makes me feel so good to recognize that part of myself because I don't do it enough. I don't show gratitude and recognize the part of myself that is a healer as much as I do like the part of myself that like also I'm just on the go all the time. So like I just need to give myself more recognition and more credit and I love it. I'm excited. That was my biggest takeaway is just I love myself. I'm pretty great. I can't
Oh, yay.
wait.
We love that. Okay. I can tell your inner children were happy when you said that too. Like, yeah, we are
Yes.
special. We are amazing.
Yes, we are.
Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to send you your oracle cards, your crystal
Yeah.
grid. I'll send you the replay, and then I'll get all the resources to you so that you can take a deep dive into that.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Thank
And
you
let me know
so
how it
much.
goes with Thomas.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's the first thing I want to do.
Yes.
I
Let
was
me know
just
how it
thinking
goes
about
with
what was the
him.
first. Yeah, he was my
Yes.
first thing I wanted to do today. Okay.
If
I love it.
you in the future as well you ever need support with your own inner children in working
Yeah.
some of that
Yeah.
scarcity trauma,
Yeah.
okay, let me know.
Absolutely.
And that's a soul retrieval that we can do together if you ever need.
Okay. No, that's amazing. I probably will end up doing it at some
Okay.
point.
All right. Well, I wish you the
Yeah.
best with your all of the things you have to celebrate. That's so amazing. I'm so happy for you.
Yes.
All of the level up in life. And it
Yes.
was lovely
Thank
meeting
you.
you. You're
It was
welcome. I hope
lovely
you have a
meeting you
magical
too.
day.
Yeah, you too.
Bye.